Hey everybody, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday, a big Tuesday.
It's a little after 6 o'clock, but we are here with Covert Connection live on Facebook.
And on location.
On location.
Just a taste Webb City.
Just a taste Webb City. And you guys,
Look,
you're going to get
wait a minute.
Yeah, this is a real show today. We have our Kool-Aid and white
beverages.
Kool-Aid. We're gonna. This is crushed grapes. Crushed grapes. So yeah, this will be a lively broadcast, and we're excited for that.
Yes, Stephanie's going to show us around a little later, and I am really excited.
You guys will not even believe this building, these buildings.
Yes.
Yeah, this business. This is the place. It's in Webb City, but you know, we got to spread the love around. We spread the love around. I'm excited to be here. Anyway, today is Tuesday,
November 3rd.
Super Tuesday.
Get your vote on Tuesday.
I need to know how many people voted, how many have voted beforehand, and how many voted today. Show us your stickers. Put some stickers out there or something.
Give us a thumbs up.
I mean,
how about we do that?
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up if you
We're
got
not going to
your
ask
vote
who you
on
voted
today.
for.
Yeah, we don't care. Just do your civic duty.
Yes, but
That's all.
speaking of that, I mean, and maybe people don't realize it when they ask it, but if they say, well, what are you going to do if so-and-so, if Trump wins or if Biden wins? Just either, both sides. Well, what are you going to do?
The same thing I did today.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna do
Pretty
tomorrow.
much. I'm going to sleep good.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat good.
Absolutely.
I'm going
Wake
to
up
continue
and
putting
do
gas
everything
in
I
my
was doing.
car.
Absolutely.
I mean, we hope it don't go up, but
And if it does, that's okay too.
well, as long as prices, I mean, wages, we need salaries to go up too, but just saying, what do you think we're going to do? What do you
I
think
need to
people
know.
are going to do?
So some people say the housing market is something that scares them.
Okay.
So no big decisions right before an election. Why do you think?
I mean, but what are you waiting on? Because if the rates are low now, it doesn't matter.
You want to lock that in.
You
right?
want to lock it in.
My thoughts. So
Am I missing something?
Why else would people maybe not want to make big decisions before an election? Because what's really going to change?
Lord willing, you're still going to wake up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new day. It's going to be in everyday life, in our everyday lives, in your everyday lives, unless you are a billionaire or somebody like that, you're going to wake up, you're going to get dressed, you're going to go to work.
Yep.
Or whoever owns a business is going to do that, but you're going to proceed like
you
normal.
were yesterday. Or so you would hope.
I tell you the thing that's really good, aside of, we'll have something new going on, but I don't know. I just keep thinking, why are you so afraid of the change? Even if it ain't a change, it's still going to be a change because it'll be a new term. So whether it's Trump gets reelected or whether Biden gets elected, it's still going to have a president. We're still going to be living.
Absolutely. That's my plan anyway. I was just saying, I'm going to keep spending money. That's never been a problem.
Yeah.
Bought some of this fine wine just now, y'all. So we're gonna keep doing business as usual. I'm gonna
business as usual.
I'm going to go to work and do that thing, and then I'm gonna work hard, play hard. That's my plan. 2021.
Okay. Let us know what y'all want to do. I mean, and you really need to be tuning in to us because news is not where it's happening. We're going to jump on that train, the fake news. Well, we're the real deal here. We are the real deal. We let you know in everyday language, in opinions that are shared. Some are solicited, some are not. But it's like we're just going to put it out there on the things that we're dealing with on a daily basis.
Absolutely. And we want you to as well. So, again, make your comments, ask your questions. As we, I see that some of you are saying the video's paused, and I see them walking outside to make sure we've got a better signal. So bear with us.
Y'all know we got something going on every time.
We do,
but that's what makes us unique. The Covert Connection.
Absolutely. We are inside of a couple of buildings, and we're on the interior portion right now. So bear with us. But outside of that,
the place is beautiful.
Stephanie's going to show us around, and in the event we break up, we will take videos so we can post it later. But yeah, so there's all that excitement.
And daylight savings time,
Why?
and you know what? It's up to each city or state can outlaw that, can make it go away. I'm like, why don't we do that? Do y'all like daylight savings time? Do you like, or the end of it, whichever, do you like it and why? Because it's not normal to be losing an hour or gaining an hour in just with the movement of your clock.
I mean, what's not normal is it to be dark at 6 o'clock. Like right now, it's dark outside. This is not normal.
Well, see, but it is kind of because you're going back to normal. Daylight savings is actually the one that happens in March, so you gain an hour to do more stuff and you get more daylight and that kind of thing. So when you fall back, it kind of goes back to normal, and this is what we have. But I'm okay. Just leave it at one or the other.
One way or the other.
Leave it.
I'm good with it.
I'm tired of changing my clocks back.
See, what happens is the ones that change themselves, that happens. The ones in the kitchen, that happens. Everything else.
Microwave didn't change.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I
You
changed
gotta
those.
change it.
But after the kitchen, everybody else fend for yourselves. Like, hey,
My car one it's like on 2 hours.
she's
difference.
good now because she was off last week.
No,
she's
it's
been off for the last.
Now it's 2 hours off because I never took it back. So now it's 2 hours off. Yeah, it's 2 hours ahead now. It's never going to catch up again. But yeah, we just want to know why. Ask your city officials. Ask your city officials what they're doing to change that. You guys have the power to change that if you want to.
But it would have to be the whole state, not just the city.
Nope.
So Joplin could be one time and Springfield could be another.
It's done in a lot of different
That's weird.
states.
Very weird.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But it needs to be done. So anyway. So if you haven't voted yet and it's not too dark for you yet.
It's 6 to 6, right?
No, 7 o'clock.
7.
You have until 7 o'clock to get out there and cast your ballot.
And don't worry, they have until next week to finish counting your votes, and even
Or the
then,
week after that.
even then, it won't matter.
We're
Don't
not even
worry.
trying to hear that. We want you to get out and vote
Don't
because
worry.
your vote does matter. It does count.
And for those of you still mailing,
your
go ahead and
local-
mail them in. No,
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, if you got a ballot that came in the mail, probably just take that with you
Go
to your
ahead and
polling
mail it.
station because you can turn it in to get a different ballot.
mail it on in.
Would it- See what happens. See what happens when you got the crushed grapes.
Hey, you can
See
just say what you
happens.
want to say. I started early. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yes and yes, yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, those are just some of the things in life that we go like,
Football happened. What happened? in
Woo,
football?
let's
I saw
have a drink for football. Gosh.
No, you can't drink the same time I'm drinking. Now, hold on.
We're
Somebody got to
drinking.
fill up the space.
Okay,
so
I got
The Chiefs won.
How about them
Go ahead,
Chiefs?
let's have a sip on that
Yeah, go Chiefs.
What about the Cowgirls?
I can say that
You know what was
because
funny?
my dad loved the Chiefs, so I can always give them a little shout out. I like my homie and Kelsey.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yes.
And
Are there other players?
Terry,
Are there?
Somebody
There's other
here.
players. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Well, anyway,
Now, look,
yeah, the Cowboys was. They're done. I don't even know.
I go
We're on our
downstairs.
third string quarterback.
Corbin says, and you know he's so little and cute. The Cowgirls are on, and I'm like,
See what happens when you
from
teach.
the mouths of
See
babes.
what happens when you don't rear kids up right. See what happens? You teach them that kind of, and that's what carries on. That's the problems that we have in the world today. People aren't teaching their nieces and nephews and kids right.
The Cowgirls
To be
are
respectful.
on. I was like, yes, they are.
It's okay.
They sure are.
Those Chiefs, I mean, they just learned how to run last year, but it's all good.
Like I explained, we had to pay good money for those wins. Okay?
Hey,
And we're going to get 10 more good years of wins because we got them lined up. We
okay.
paid good money for that.
Hey, y'all ain't got more money than Jerry Jones, but it's all good. Ain't none of us got stock in their one team, so there you go.
Well, you're right. But we do enjoy watching.
Yes.
That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, really. Anyway, so if any of y'all are watching the elections, feel free to put some results out there in this hour because we will not be tuned in. We are doing this for you, and we appreciate you tuning in. But let's go to I'm done with that. I'm I'm done with the
To the election.
I'm happy because we won't have ads anymore. We won't have commercials. We won't have to see signs that are not regulation size. And, you know, we just won't have to have that anymore. They won't have to cut into our movies and, yeah.
I just thought it was very interesting how much times have changed because, you know, 8 years ago, it was odd to see them with a advertisement that was like breaking down or cutting down or talking about the other opponent. And now you see more of that than it is about, well, what you gonna do? You've told us. Yes. You've told us everything about what you don't like about the other guy in your advertisements, but what have you paid to tell me about you?
And that right there is like probably one of the biggest pet peeves. I don't care that you can talk about somebody real good. I need to know what you're gonna do.
What are
you gonna do?
We haven't heard much of that, but again, on the 4th, I'm gonna wake up just like I did today,
and eat.
And business as usual.
Everything's gonna be just normal for me because it's like, but you know, it's gonna be interesting to see where COVID goes. Everybody be watching the next 3 or 4 days.
And also, I heard quite a few people talking about they're interested to see what happens with the you know, which party doesn't win. What happens?
I mean, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't know.
Things are slowly already starting to disappear. We haven't really heard any much about the killer hornets anymore. They've already been phased back out. We haven't heard about people just dropping on the sidewalks like when this first came about. It was like, oh, people are just passing out. They're just falling on the sidewalk. Haven't seen one of that.
Would you be just passing out on the sidewalk?
Just passing out, falling down.
You know,
videos was out there.
From the murder hornets or from
this is
COVID?
From, yes.
Oh well.
So yeah, but life will get back to some semblance of something. And if it doesn't,
let us have more crushed grapes.
Crushed grapes. Did I mention we were at Just a Taste Webb City, and we are very excited to be here. We're going to be talking with Stephanie Thomasma. I did it. She'll be so proud. And telling us about this beautiful building and what they plan on doing with it, the availability of it.
Absolutely.
I mean,
lots of hidden secrets in this building. She just kept showing us, and I'm like, what?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. This is where you want to have your events.
Absolutely.
And just come and hang out. Because if you can't see this beautiful bar we have back behind us here, I mean, if you can't find what you want to drink on that wall, I don't know what to tell you. You probably don't need to be drinking. I'm just saying. Don't need to be drinking.
But outside of that, we're going to show you a couple of ads.
Yes.
And again, message us if you're interested in those. And then we'll come back and speak with Stephanie for a little bit and then take a tour.
Boom. Do you have a special event coming up that needs a personal touch? Personal Touch Events by Lisa, where you can focus on your event and we handle all the details. Call Lisa today for a free consultation. Okay, welcome back to the Connection, and we have our guest, Miss Stephanie Thomasma. And Just a Taste Webb City, Stephanie.
Yeah, hi.
Man, we want to this is beautiful.
Thank you.
This is beautiful.
You've been working hard for a long time. How long has this been in the works?
Yeah, so it has been, we broke ground in January of 2019, and we've been building up until just about a month ago. They finally completed the majority of the construction. There's still a couple projects that we're working on, but the main spaces that we wanted to have ready are ready for us to open.
Man.
What's your favorite part? What's your favorite space? I have to ask because I have a favorite already.
Well, my absolute favorite space is our courtyard. It's the space in the building that gets the most natural light. It's really beautiful and has really great atmosphere. Whether it's daytime or nighttime, it just feels really nice and cozy, and the place you want to be. So
that was my favorite as well. Just to put that out there.
The best spot to have a glass of wine and chill after a hard day of work. Absolutely.
I mean, so how did this come about? How did this whole? Did it start out with one and you just grew it, or how did it come about?
Yeah, so it came about. There were two really good friends that grew up in Webb City, Eric Taylor and Casey Stuck. They were been friends for like their whole lives. Both grew up in Webb City, and they ended up they lived together through college in Kansas City. And while they were in school, they were in different majors not related to anything to do with winemaking. But they began making their own wine because it was cheaper to make it than to buy it. So they began making their own, and they realized that they were really good at it, and their friends and family kept asking them to make stuff for them and to sell it. And so they ended up deciding, well, that's what we want to do. So they started their winery in St. James, Missouri, on land and around land where Eric's family had been growing grapes for generations. They haven't been in the past several generations, but they were some of the earliest people to begin, Italians to begin planting grapes in the St. James area. And so he wanted to kind of get back to his roots and begin begin making wine using grapes from that area and from Missouri as a whole. So all of our wines feature Missouri products exclusively. We don't get any grapes from outside of the state. We really want to showcase what Missouri grapes can do. And they opened our first location, St. James, Just a Taste, that was a tasting room for the wine, and then ended up becoming a farm-to-table style restaurant, and really grew from there. And then they've been open for about 4 years, 4.5 years now, and decided they wanted to open a second location where they grew up. So they got underway here on our location here in Webb City. We're a little bit larger than the St. James location. We have a few more elements that we're introducing as well, but we still have the same heart of what that intention always was, which is to really feature local products as much as possible, really showcase what Missouri has to offer and what our local vendors have to offer. We partnered with a lot of vendors that are at the Webb City Farmers Market and Empire Market, and are really trying to showcase our community and be a part of it.
I love that. I mean, you showcase your community, that you become a part of the community, and so your community will support you. Mm-hmm. When they see the things that you're doing to put back into it. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and the community has been super, super supportive so far. It's been a very long endeavor, and COVID certainly wasn't a help. But the community support has been really, one of the strongest sources that has helped us really work through this time. And that's one of the reasons we're so excited to open tomorrow, to be able to really present, this project that so many people in the community have gotten to see little parts of, but haven't gotten to see the whole vision, take form. So we're really excited to share that.
So you had a initial opening, and then this will be the grand, somewhat opening tomorrow.
Yes.
We are very pumped to be here the day before, kind of a sneak peek.
Yeah.
But kind of talk us through the initial, and then COVID, of course, and then.
Yeah. So when we had originally planned on finishing construction about a year ago, and so we opened our tasting room and our courtyard as our first areas, just to kind of get just a taste of what we had to come out there.
Just a taste. Every time.
But we ended up, we were able to be open from about September to March, and we had just started introducing some new elements right as COVID hit. And that hit us pretty hard. We did have to close from March to June. And kind of just regroup in that time. Luckily, we were able to stay afloat thanks to the support that was sent out to everybody. So we were able to stay with our main core management team, continually able to work. And right about the time that we had to close, we had been preparing to open our Irish pub. That was the next phase of our business that we were going to launch. So we were able to get our pub open in June for smaller groups. to be able to come on weekends. We kept that going for about a month, and then unfortunately we had to close again. We had an injury on one of our really important management team, somebody who we were not able to run without him being able to cook our food. So
You kind of need that.
we kind of need him. So unfortunately, and also we had the added part of that time, construction was still underway, and it was becoming really clear that it was going to be more beneficial for us to take a step back, stay closed until they really finish construction, and until we're fully ready. So that's what we've been doing since then, just planning and building our team and getting our spaces ready so that we can do it really right and open our restaurant and present what we want to present, even though the world has not been as cooperative as we would have liked.
It's rough. It really is. Speaking of, yes.
However, if you can open and put together, and even like you say, even a soft opening, and then even through all of that, watch out. Yeah. I'm excited for this space.
Well, and luckily, because our building is so big, even though we are still enacting some social distancing measures, we still have a lot of room to work with. So we're able to still bring in quite a few people without having to crowd everybody in, and with still being able to offer different and unique spaces within one over-encompassing organization. So we'll have each space won't be super, you won't be crammed in, but you'll be able to experience a really special experience, and really what our goal is in the long run isn't to crowd and pack people in, it's to give you unique experiences in each space that you spend time in. So it works in our favor in that way. So we're excited for sure.
That's pretty cool. How many square feet is this? Don't get technical on me.
I think I knew at one time, but they've added some more buildings on it, so can't say that I'm sure. It is 3 stories. We do have a cellar, which I didn't end up showing you guys because it's still they're still working on some of that. We have our main level, and then we have a second level. So quite a few.
Yeah, it's anywhere from 7 to 10,000 square feet. I would
it's
say
the whole city block.
Yeah,
so.
that's that's why I was like, yeah, 7 to 10,000 square feet is pretty.
She goes, it's all of this. I'm like, what about parts? She's like, it's all of this.
You see a slash going in.
If you go in a door, you'll be.
Yeah. It's like, well, which door is it? Well, just pick one. Pick one. Look it in.
I'll find you.
Yes. This is amazing, though.
So when the people come in, or when you open tomorrow, what will be your hours, and what will be happening? Foods or just liquids? What are we talking?
Yeah, so we are going to be open from Wednesday to Sunday. Our Wednesday through Saturday hours are going to be lunch from 11 to 2. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be doing dinner from 5 to 9. Friday and Saturday, dinner from 5 to 10. And then Sunday, we'll be open for brunch from 11 to 2. So actually, Saturday and Sunday will be brunch, 11 to 2 with that Sunday.
Are you taking reservations?
We are. We highly encourage reservations because we are limiting how much seating we have in each space. We don't want to sell out. We don't want to have to turn anybody away when they arrive. So we definitely encourage reservations so that we can make sure that we have a spot for you. But we have a lot of different time slots to work with. So there should be hopefully time that works for everybody's schedule that they can come and check out what we have to offer.
They have a lot to offer.
It is going to be a food menu as well as a drinks menu. We have a farm-to-table style menu in our kitchen. The majority of our proteins on all of our entrees are locally sourced. And our goal is to eventually have a fully locally sourced menu that maybe only has to supplement every now and then from outside sources. But that's a little bit of a ways off. We're happy with where we are starting with our proteins, but we're going to continue to grow that part of it. We'll also have our cocktail menu available. Our bar manager has been working on really creative and interesting cocktails that are really special and unique to here, including a yogurt-based cocktail that is just an alcoholic smoothie, and it's incredible. So that one's called the Cultured Taste, and you'll definitely want to try that when you come.
We're ready.
We have a non-alcoholic version as well, if you're not able to drink.
We want to try the adult version.
Right.
The non workout, exercise kind. We want to try the adult relaxation
what type of
version.
smoothie that you really want.
That's interesting. Yogurt and alcohol.
So is that in the brunch menu? We got like mimosas and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we've got Bloody Marys and mimosas, Irish coffee. We have standard old fashions, Manhattans. Basically whatever you can think of, our bar team can make it for you. They're also a part. Our mission statement is to share our passion for great food service and beverages. So a large part of what we want to do is not only give you a really great experience with your beverages and your food, but to also share what we know about them. So it's largely if you ask a question about the alcohol, like why do you use that specific cup for this drink, or why does that get that specific spirit, then our bar team can kind of talk to you about where those traditions come from and how we got to this point. So it's a full kind of immersive experience that we want to offer.
I think they should have a covert connection with this is special.
Yeah, we might need to take that into account.
I'm just saying.
She has the perfect answer. We'll take that.
We'll talk that with the management. Discuss that with the management team. Yeah, I've done that one myself a few times.
And she goes,
Sometimes you
decide to get some notes on
pick what you can and digest.
I'm sure we can come up with something.
I love
Just saying. But
this is awesome.
It really is. I mean, just everything about it is not only the location, because it's like, ooh, you're stretching a whole block. Basically, it's a whole block.
Yeah.
And most people are focused on, get this one little area, and that kind of thing, but you've turned it into a whole destination.
So you know what? COVID was almost like a blessing in disguise, right?
Got to develop it more.
Yeah, it did give us more time. We weren't as rushed. And another kind of thing that we want to be able to do, so something kind of interesting about how we'll be opening is for each meal, we're going to be actually using a different space as our main area for seating. So for our lunch menu and our brunch menu will be in our courtyard, and this space here, the Jap bar, will be open during brunch, but it won't be open during the lunch period. And then in the evening, the courtyard will only be available for having a glass of wine and kind of relaxing after your meal, but our main meal will actually take place in our restaurant called Cowgirls Cafe, and then our Jap bar will be open. So each time of day you come, you'll get a different experience. So it'll hopefully encourage people to come, for all of the different types of time periods that we have open, to see what different opportunities and what different things we have to offer. No one visit is going to be just relaxed. So
well, the thing too is this, because in traveling a lot, I've been to a lot of these kind of places, but to have one right here in Webb City, it's like, whoa. Because I know, like Kansas City and just different places have these kind of things, and the farm to table, and it's like, wow, we don't have to travel. We can just come to
Webb City.
10 minutes over, and here it is. That's awesome.
This is awesome.
I know. I'm excited for it. I'm just like, we may be right here on the doorstep tomorrow. Time to open. We're here.
In the scope of the election, we kind of figured this was a good time to open, because either way, whether you're celebrating or grieving, you're going to need a drink. So
I heard a drink. I heard a drink.
This is one of the only industries that thrives, no matter. It's true.
You see, they adapted.
I used to work in the tobacco industry. Tobacco and drinks are
they're
the
coping.
two that always
coping
thrive.
mechanisms.
So it's the truth.
We're not saying it's the right one all the time, but they are coping.
We do encourage you to do it responsibly.
Absolutely. And our chauffeur today will agree.
So, play that advertisement one more time, and we'll get ready to kind of get on the move. How's that?
Yeah, gonna do a tour. So come back with this for a tour. All the playtime right now with her advertising.
You let us know when you're ready.
Do you have a special event coming up that needs a personal touch? Personal Touch Events by Lisa, where you on your event and we handle all the details. Call Lisa today for a free consultation.
And so now we're getting ready to take a tour of this wonderful place. And so follow the Colbert Connection as we follow Stephanie with Just a Taste, and we'll see what all they have to offer. Lead the way.
Right. So we'll check out our courtyard first. That's going to be the area that we'll be serving lunch and that we'll be having brunch. So that is just right over here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
So we have active fire pits in the windows, shutters that open up that will keep open during the day. Brings in so much natural light. We have really high vaulted ceilings with the sky tiles, which is one of my favorite features in the building. Yeah, it's just really nice, cozy space, especially in the winter. The fire pits just make it feel so cozy.
It's so warm in here. I'm like, I love this.
And it's a space that we can use year round. So we kind of didn't want to have simply an outdoor area because we wanted to be able to have a space that would be functional year round and that would always be available. So we're really excited with how this space turned out.
But you can open these, right? These open to the outside?
The metal grates here are stationary, but there are shutters, wooden shutters on the other sides that I opened earlier. So
you
this
get
is
the outside.
yeah, this is that.
I love it.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful.
So would you all, once you get fully open, rent this space if someone wanted it? How would
We
that
do
go?
have the space available to rent. Right now we aren't really able to rent it because we're doing all of our spaces at about 50% capacity, and that just makes the space a little bit too small for most groups. But it will be eventually a space that can be rented. We intend to use it a lot as a more, like in the evenings, it'll be kind of that space where you can grab a glass of wine or a cocktail from the bar and come out here and just enjoy that beverage after a meal or while you're waiting for your meal.
This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
After you win.
Oh, right. Okay.
Moving along. This is coming into Just a Taste.
This is our right. So right over here is where our host stand is. So as you come in, you'll be greeted by a host who will bring you to your destination, whether that's in the courtyard for a meal, whether that's directing you to the bar where you can get a drink, or into our restaurant for a full sit-down meal. That host will be kind of your first person that you'll interact with. And,
So
they're going to be very excited to see you.
Cut to, because you say your restaurant opens tomorrow, right? So let's go see that. Look at this signage right there. It tells you kind of, this is where you need to go, whichever way you need to go.
Different places you can go. So we're gonna, on our way to the restaurant, we're just gonna pass through our Webb City bar. This is our main tasting room for Eagles Landing Wine, which is our in-house wine. So this would be the place if you just want to bring a couple friends to enjoy a wine tasting right here at the bar, then you're able to do that. We also have a small retail space that is stocked with all locally sourced products, from mugs to Bearded Lady coffee. We have a bunch of great vendors that we work with that we're able to get kind of tie in our idea and goals of really sourcing and shopping local. We have this space to be able to continue that on.
That's nice.
And then we will take you into the restaurant. So this is Cowgirls Cafe. This is where we'll be doing most of our main dinner dining. We will have all of these tables set when you come in with settings on the tables. So it has a really great ambiance, really nice kind of cave-like feel, meant to make you really feel cozy and like intimate, so you can have a really great time in here. We also have that room that's not quite finished yet, but that's going to be a room that we call the Cardinal Room. It'll be decorated with Cardinal memorabilia. We've asked the community to share photos and jerseys and different things that we can put in that space to really showcase Webb City and the school. So
Very cool.
All that community support. It's a good thing.
We're
Following you, man.
She's on the move.
We have our wine.
We're good.
We'll
follow.
We'll travel. We'll follow later.
So when we open these kind of main spaces here at the front of the building, as well as that Cowgirls Cafe and the Jat Bar that we started in, will be the main spaces that we'll feature. We'll have a couple of other event spaces that will be available to be rented out and open gradually. just as we get our bearings with our main restaurant, but we want to make sure that that's running, perfectly and meeting the needs of our community before we add on additional elements. And that also just kind of gives us always something more to be working towards and to be sharing, so hopefully that'll be able to keep excitement going as we get this all underway.
Take over the entrance to Webb City, just the whole entrance. Figure out a way to make Just a Taste stretch all the way to King Jack Park.
They've got some behind us. We've got a parking lot underway, so lots of parking.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
That was going to be my next question because I was like, that street parking isn't quite enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There is already a couple municipal lots only about a block from us. So there's currently some pretty available parking, but we do intend on because really when the entire building is fully finished and up and running, and we're able to fully have people in here, we could have up to 500 guests at one time. So we want to make sure that we have space that they can park and easily get to us. So
That's cool. But it, just like we said, in the big cities, they park and
Yeah.
they come to it.
yeah.
And I believe they'll do that here too. Yes.
So,
I would.
so she's got some top secret spaces that she can't show us right now.
Yeah.
But just
Quite
know
ready
that
yet.
we got to see them.
We see.
So when we tell you it's big,
And if
And
you
beautiful.
come, you'll get to see them too.
There you go.
Gladly show
You want to
them
see them?
others.
Show up and taste it. Just to taste Webb City. Yes, indeed. This is beautiful, though. This is beautiful. And this all came from wanted to carry on the tradition of
Yeah, from a vision, and we actually not on site, but a couple of other elements that we have underway. We did purchase land for our own vineyards. We haven't used our own grapes. Oh, sorry.
We want you to be able to hear us. Just make our way back this way. You talk like
I'm sorry.
You purchased something. I heard you purchased.
Yeah, we purchased land in St. James to be able to plant our own grapes, so that we can make wine using grapes that we've grown ourselves as well. So that's another really big thing that we have coming. Hopefully in a couple of years we'll have our own grapes to be able to make wine with.
Yes.
We are also currently making cider on site, apple cider, hard apple cider.
Okay.
So we're working on that process too. So that'll be another really great thing that we'll be able to offer in the future. And yeah, we have a lot of big dreams that we're working on.
well, we're
making
excited.
realities.
We are so excited. Our first on location.
Which is interesting enough.
Right. And
It's
you all
fun in
have-
itself.
You all have hung with us through
And we
the
thank you for your
craziness.
patience.
Yes, but it was worth it, wasn't it?
I
What a cool
mean,
space.
I love it.
I plan to be here. Look,
Gonna be
it
here.
won't be tomorrow, but
Yeah,
I plan to be here because that room is so cool.
On the days that room is open, definitely. Because the fire, man,
Very cool.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Because right now you still have to do the table between.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have that room spaced out enough where we can,
Yeah, I see that.
we can have that fully spaced out. And same with our main Jack bar is spaced out well enough. But yeah, catfish will have every other table will be reserved for
Yeah.
the pandemic.
Fair enough.
I like that on your side. Pandemic. Yeah, I like that. We're not even gonna give you a full name.
It's just reserved. It's fine.
We might
We'll be in later.
we might be abbreviated tonight because we're gonna go in here and hang out.
So thank you for joining us on the Cobra Connection, and we will get you next week when our guest will be a ladies panel,
Yes.
where we will have three,
Three,
maybe four
four.
ladies
Mhm.
that are going to be discussing a lot of
Everything.
women. We just pretty much
we'll talk
discuss it
about
all.
what happened tonight or tomorrow, what the events,
That-
Then we'll move on
Yes,
to
we may give that some time.
relationships, all
That's
that,
what
all that good
yeah,
stuff.
we're going to have the
We can talk
rapid
about
fire
men.
questions for
Yeah,
them.
all that.
Yeah.
And we might even have some
Then we'll
jokes.
probably have some wine. So be sure to join us
Yes.
next Tuesday at
That's
6
it.
o'clock.
Thank you so
Cobra
much.
Connection.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.